Guys, free from it all here, just on my way to do some shopping. You saw the big city, now here's the prairies. This is why we're called the Prairie Province. We basically have it all. We've got mountains, big city, and prairies. So anyways, I'm gonna go over, I had a 25-minute video that I deleted at 92% by mistake. I was just clearing stuff off my phone and I deleted it. So I have to do a whole new video here. Basically, I'm going to go over what I carried on Friday, held over the weekend, and what I think we're looking at in the week ahead here. I have video. I'm going to do another video about options because someone had asked me. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in people's heads. Maybe like a kind of like a channel content thing that I stay active on, just because I think, like, I did a video where I said how to take 10,000 and turn it into 36,000 in 6 months, and I had some people like trying to call me out. Just a few. Most people were like, damn, this is awesome information, which is probably how people should react when they get that kind of information. But I had a few people try to be like, oh, I'm clickbaiting. It was literally math. You could just do the math and see that everything I said in there was totally legit. So you can check that video out now if you want, because I'm not going to have this other video updated or uploaded until tomorrow. And I am busy tomorrow with a 30th anniversary of my aunt and uncle. So we'll see. It might even wait until Monday, but check it out. So what did I hold? I held CMRX, which is Chimera. It's a monkeypox play. A few have already ran. This one's $2. I think it's headed to 10, 20 bucks, if not more. It did try to run. It went to 240. It fell back to 2. I believe like it started the day at like 170 or something. So it's definitely got momentum behind it. Easy 10 bucks, 20 bucks, I think. Okay, not probably not overnight, but I think we get there. And the reason being, yesterday the World Health Organization did declare monkeypox a pandemic. Okay, so we're right back to square one. Fucking COVID, scaring everybody, putting people on lockdown. In all honesty, I think they're working hand in hand with governments to acclimate children of today into subordination. I know it's a little tinfoil hatty and it's wonky, but you have to understand there's actually kids right now that think that masks and social distancing and plexiglass and staying home and isolation, they actually think that is how the world is and how the life is. And if they continue down this route for another year or 2 years with monkeypox, we're looking at full indoctrination of today's youth, for real. And even adults. Some adults have gone full mental. I don't know if you remember the old Robert Downey Jr. movie, Tropic Thunder, where he says you never go full retard. Well, we've got people going full retard at this point. And I think it's set to continue. And monkeypox plays, like if you look at Moderna, we're talking 5, 10, 20 bucks into 500 bucks. I'm not saying by any means this is a Moderna. I am suggesting that it could be, and you never know, okay? Because Pfizer, let me put it like this, Pfizer was like 38 bucks through the pandemic. The highest it reached was 42 bucks, 43 bucks, okay? Whereas Moderna just skyrocketed. They both offer vaccines. They're both like widely used in Canada and the US and abroad, I believe, but one took off, one didn't. And what's weird is in Germany, so Pfizer owns the patents and the pills, Viagra, okay? Viagra is the penis pills, the blue penis pills. In Germany, because Viagra increases cardiovascular activity and your breathing and all that, and blood flow, they were using it on patients with COVID who were having a hard time breathing because it was helping them get blood into their lungs and circulate blood in their body. And it was actually insanely effective. So I find it very odd that Pfizer actually wasn't one of the ones to take off, as it should have been. Probably the one to kind of lead the way, in my opinion. But it was, it was 50-50. You had a bunch of little stocks as well that never took off. Whereas I think right now what we're seeing is kind of we're getting a settling point. There's a few that have already started to run, and then this one is a bit of a laggard, but it's got the best entry point at this point in time for getting in at a low price. Like one of the stocks is a German company that's like over 200 a share. So, I mean, come on, how much is that going to move? If it went to 500, hell, yeah, you're up 300 a share, but you're taking a pretty big risk, I think, putting all your chips on a stock that's borderline already ran, right? So, that's one I'm really looking forward to. Also with that, okay, they have contracts out. Just on Friday, they announced some contracts with the Canadian government, the Canadian Health Organization. They 25 mil. They also announced contracts with overseas for something like 9 mil. And you have to keep in mind that this is like a small cap stock, like a low floater. It's not low float. I think it's like 60 mil or something like that. I don't have the numbers on hand. Obviously, I'm driving. But it isn't a large cap, okay? It isn't a mega cap. And that said, like those represent large numbers for this company, okay? They also have 10 recent, so their last 10 filings from the SEC are all to do with acquiring shares for various insiders. So we're talking like actual acquisitions, be it they were awarded or via actually purchasing. We're talking 10 filings. Everybody's loading the boat on these shares. There's no dispositions. Not one of them did they sell their shares. So I am eyes wide open on this play. I think it could be a solid runner. I'll always exercise caution, obviously, with your plays. What else? So I also held a lot of Tough Built. Okay, a couple thousand shares there. Initially wasn't too into it, okay? They diluted their float. So what's more to say about that? And it was heavy. It was 750,000 shares or something, plus 3 million warrants, okay? And it was at a strike of like $1.90. So it's well over that. Like it's what did we close at? 260, 270, 271, I think, right? Either way, I see potential to run like Redbox. We're talking $7, $8, $9, $10, right? From $2. Like it was actually up to 130%, right? It was over $3, right? So easily, we held in the after hours, so we could easily see more. I'll switch it, make it a bit more personal. We could easily see. Oh, that's bright. We could easily see more action. We go to $5, $5.25. That's 100% profit. We go to $10. It's like 3x, just over 3x, right? Almost 4x. So easy hold for me. I think the float is like insanely small. I think retail just piles in. We fight the shorts. Shorts will pile in as well. Same situation, explosive scenario. There's a lot of this happening right now. It's totally not a good way to invest, but you don't fight the tide, they say, right? Don't fight the current. Go with the flow. If this flow is in there, I'm going in it. Obviously, I am no longer. I all in Redbox for that first week. I made bank. I made 42 grand. I was up at 80 something grand, and then when it was at 18, and then it came down. I do not think that play is dead. I'll discuss it next. So I'm not gonna all in any of these plays. I'm kind of putting some in that, some in CM Chimerex, some in Tough Built. I got some in my Redbox. I'm definitely I have a bunch in Vidu. So it's a virtual education where their news is going to be lifted 27th. So I think that's even today. And they had like a news lockout. And then, what's the last one? Revlon, right? So Revlon it's all puts, and not like bought puts, sold puts. So we got news on Revlon actually. So I'm gonna skip. I'll do Redbox at the end. Fuck it. So Revlon, there was news about their bankruptcy filing. They are, what do you call it? They've announced a date, so no later than July 22nd. Okay. So, important thing of note, that would be a Friday, an options day, okay? There's going to be extreme volatility on that day. Currently I have a bunch of Rev puts for the 1st, so the end of this upcoming Friday, and the 15th. The 15th is going to be monthlies, so that's also going to be extreme volatility and a lot of fighting going on price action, okay? For all the stocks, not just Revlon, but every stock. Monthlies, there's a lot of activity. You need to remember that when you're playing some of these plays, okay? Don't be surprised with big swings on some of these crazy volume stocks. Big swings on the monthlies. If there's an options chain, there isn't on Chimerix, something of note that I forgot to mention. So it's just fair game. Let's go. So Revlon, they added in the middle of the fucking week, they red boxed us. They added strikes all the way from 150 to 250, all the way to 550 and 6, right? Before it was just like $6. Now they just added a bunch. It's crazy. And you should not be I don't believe that you're able to do that middle of the week. I think that's fraud. You're supposed, that's a kind of a Monday morning update thing. A start of the week, fresh week, not just fucking randomly throw it in there. Needless to say, my last puts end on the 15th. After, I would not advise at all holding Rev into that meeting. If they say, yeah, the bankruptcy has to go through, we don't have any potential buyers. You got to remember, this spiked on this Reliant company saying, we're interested. Okay? Short of that, they're filing Chapter 11. The first people to get paid, so let me put it this way. The last people to get paid are shareholders. I don't know why, but bail out the banks much? They bail out the investors first. The lenders first. So they're bailing out big banks and letting fucking retail get smoked, because stock market's your own risk, right? That's so they can always fall back on that, and you and me, we get fucked. I'm not saying peel out of the plate. Do whatever you want. None of this is financial advice. I'm just talking with my camera and my imaginary friends. But personally, there's no fucking way I'm holding into that meeting. There's two scenarios that this plays out. It goes bad, and this stock tanks in seconds. You're going to see a bar, we're talking 40, 50% in a 3-minute bar. Quick as lightning, okay? Second option, news is insane. The second I find out that fucking news, because it's supposed to happen at 10 a.m., I can get back in. I don't care if I'm chasing it. If it goes up 10, 15%, and I'm chasing it, I don't give a fuck. I will chase 15% versus lose 50, 60, 70, 80%, potentially 100%. Your fucking stock could potentially be worthless. Will it happen in an instant? I'm not sure. But if the news is bad, it'll be an instant 50% drop, probably minimum. So please keep that in mind going into the 22nd, which is a Friday, which will have options. You could always be a gambler, put a little bit of money on some sick call options for that day. Pick them up this week while they're probably fucking cheap. You don't want to be picking them up next week. Pick them up this week, Monday, Tuesday, right? Alternatively, if you think, it's going to be bad, you buy puts, not sell. You buy puts, expecting it to go down, and you do that probably just before. So you would probably do that next week, okay? Maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, depends on the price action of the stock, okay? So that's the big thing with Rev, but in the meantime, ultra bullish. It looks exactly like Redbox. SI's like 80%, fucking, because the shorts piled in. But you claim bankruptcy, they're piling in because they want it to, if it goes to zero, they do not owe anything. They get to keep all the premium. They owe nothing. They could also just, they could close it out at 10 cents, 5 cents, 20 cents. From fucking dollars, that's a ton of profit, okay? So shorts piled in, bulls piled in, retail piled in. Now it's a big battle. Cost of borrow 727% on my broker. Let me lead that into Redbox. Yes, I'm in the play. 200 shares. I added 100 shares on Friday into close. We went down. LOL, after hours, 60 cents. Fuck you. You guys didn't cover a single fucking share still. We're over 107%. Someone asked me, did Seaport put on the warrants? I said, my exact answer was to him, the float diluted. We went to 79% SI. When you exercise your warrants, the float is diluted after the announcement. Seaport likely was able to sell some when we were over 1150, and they're probably holding a bunch at this point, okay? That they were unable to sell because now it's $9. Why would they exercise at 1150 plus the value of the warrant and sell for $9.40? It really doesn't make sense. Whereas they can turn bullish in the short term. They can turn bullish. They could potentially even be buying shares to get us up there, up and over 12, up and over 13, and then start slowly dripping on us, okay? Slowly dripping. They do not want to fucking put all that to market. Now, that's if they haven't sold everything. Usually you get a filing that says, just like Tough Built, the offering has been closed, like the warrants are closed up, and we haven't seen that filing on Redbox on the SEC. So, to me, they still hold those shares, and now they're on the bulls. They're behind the bulls. They don't want to put any short pressure on us. Another thing, misinformation that's going around. Oh, the deal, it's only going to happen if we vote. For starters, we did not enter this play to save Redbox or to cancel the deal. The deal is the catalyst. It's preventing dilution of 60 million Class A shares. It's preventing that. The deal is the catalyst. Get it through your thick heads. I've said it a bunch of times. Putting that aside, whatever Apollo says goes. They are the majority shareholder owner. They own the majority of the shares. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's not even like 51%. It's like 60 or 80%. I believe it's 80%, okay? So even other institutional owners don't even really, their vote doesn't mean shit. The vote is a legal formality that they have to do to let us have our say, and then they get to decide what they want to do, okay? I don't know why you would bone yourself when Redbox is fucking 9, when Chicken Soup is 6. Maybe they changed their mind. The latest Chicken Soup filing from the 17th, I believe, is like an amendment to pause things. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's just give it a little more time if we so choose, okay? So that's something of note. But then also something of note, another filing that was kind of with it, or maybe like a day later, or maybe it was just news, was that they were developing something further with their Crackle, which is Sony, which in my mind, I said all along, it's like 2 degrees of separation. Sony wants the hostile takeover of Redbox. They get Redbox. Redbox goes to Chicken Soup. Sony's already with Chicken Soup. Sony then takes over Chicken Soup and absorbs both. Gets that streaming platform to compete directly with Netflix. It's already included on lots of options like Roku, and on Sony and everything, right? So they just get this free AVOD streaming platform that was developed for them. They didn't have to pay shit. Whatever the deal will be, it won't matter to them. Like Redbox put all this money into R&D and making it, right? And the dude that made it, he's one of the executives. There's 3 executives. He comes from Netflix, okay? So he knows what the fuck he's doing. He made it. Some of you guys have said in the comments and in the Redbox stock tweets like how much you like the program and how it's actually good. So that's what I think's happening with Redbox. I'm still in it. I said this is when I will be out. Doesn't matter what happens with the play. I don't care I don't care if we're mooning, not mooning. I'm out first week of August, August 10th, like 11th, the latest. And the reason being is mergers take 4 to 6 months. They used to. I don't think we're in that stage of time frame anymore. I think we're more technologically advanced. Things happen faster. Banks want to be paid sooner. Give us our money. We're fucking, you owe us $350 million, Redbox. Let's go. And Redbox is running out of cash. Plain and simple. They are running out. They had to ditch those warrants to get cash just to last another month. So even July, for me, July, it's like cutting it close here, guys. It was always a time-sensitive play. Get in, make money while you can. Make money, get the fuck out. It wasn't AMC, hold for 16 fucking months, 72 to 9 to 12 to 13 to fucking... That's not the play. It's gonna happen. The merger's happening. They got $350 million debt to pay. They had to sell warrants fucking from left field just to get by a little more time, okay? So for me, 3 months from the date would be the max, and that would be the first week of August, second week. They announced on the 10th or 11th, May 10th, 11th, June, July, August. Boom. I'm fucking out. That's when I'm out. I won't even probably be talking about Redbox after that. It's not like I'm a trader. I'm literally giving you my strategy, my plans, my info. You do what you want. You know, I said I'll be buying heavy volume and holding if it ain't heavy volume. That's it. And it hasn't been heavy volume, so I'm just holding. And a lot of us are holding. That price held above 950 close, guys. We won that week. There were still options. There's still an options chain, even though we can't participate. Tons of shares on there right now still. And positions. So we won that fight. It's held over 9. Rev's trying to come up and meet us. SI's over 107. Cost of borrow on my broker was 860. 760. Come down. Whoa, we come down 200. It's 760%. Okay, guys, it's fucking crazy. AMC is 20%. I think Tesla is 0 fucking percent, guys. So a lot of plays, there's 0. You don't even have to pay shit to borrow them. Just your $5 fee. And if you're on fucking Webull or Robinhood, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, you don't even pay nothing because they don't have service fees. Okay. Final ticker. Yeah, I guess I just used my Vidu. That's like an education ticker that's running. Yeah, I already kind of mentioned that. You can look at the chart for yourself. See it's super volatile. Low floater. Ready to pop. Box D, I had no position. I'm watching it. We'll see. I don't know about that one. Still don't know about it. It's way the fuck up. It was like 50-cent penny stock, and I don't like any penny stocks. That's not my thing. I'm not into that. Some people made some good money on it. I don't know. I'm sure it's got some baggies, okay? And then also you have GGIP turning into PSNY, Polestar, okay? Backed by Volvo. Tons of money in it. Crazy volatility on Friday. I got out just before market open because I knew this bitch is gonna dump. It dumped. I re-entered. It dumped more. It went up, but it was like 11.50. I sold covered calls for 12.50 for 50 cents. Meaning coming up on Friday here, the 1st, if it's over 12.50, I got to give somebody my shares. Okay? They get my shares. If it's fucking $40, they get my shares. Obviously, I'm going to roll, but I'm just trying to simplify it. You can roll your options and trade them, close them, whatever you want to do. I'm not giving away fucking shares for $40. But if it's teetering around 12.50, I don't give a shit. Take my shares. So I got my 50 cents. What did that do? Protected my downside. What happened in the after hours? Boom, went up. What happened at the end of after hours? Right back down, 12.15. So currently, I'm sitting a lot more pretty than anybody else because I've got that extra 50 cents kicking around. Something you can, it's going to be one that it's going to still be trying to find a price on the whole next week because it's like basically brand new. It's de-SPAC'd into an actual company. So that's something you can definitely set some money aside for. Scalp. Follow the RSI. You know, anything, as soon as it goes over 50 to 70, get in. Over 75, you're playing with fire. You should probably take some profits. So you can buy into the rip, or you can sell, you can sell into the rip, but why the fuck would you do that? And then just pay attention. RSI dips under 30, goes into oversold ever. Now you pay attention to MACD, see where the crossovers are on your MACD. Wait for it to cross to the upside, and then you can get back in, and you're probably in a dip, okay? I'm going to talk about options on another video. I believe I mentioned that because someone had asked me about that. And I'm sorry if I forgot, but I'm just going to reiterate. Because you can turn 10K into 36K in 6 months. You know, I'm going to show you how to... I'll make it maybe a more believable number, showing you maybe options like Amazon or fucking Disney... with a little bit of risk involved. It's going to be a diversified options portfolio that you'll have to create yourself. You're going to need some high risk so you can get some volatility premium, or it'll be like you'll turn 10K into fucking 10.5. Like, you won't make nothing if you just only sell options on not risky plays. Oh, fuck. That's the last thing I forgot to mention was all the cannabis. I knew I was missing something. What else did I hold? Cannabis. Legislation coming up in August. That's probably when I'm getting out as well. Okay? Because you guys can't agree on shit down there other than agree to disagree. That's like your best fucking narrative down there. If you got my cannabis when I alerted last Friday, you had 4 green days. And the red day was like 3% down. 4 green days. You might have been up 5, 6, 7, 10, 15% on some of them, okay? 4 green days. So those were printing. Like they're not, they have meme status, meme power, but right now they're more of an actual, it's almost like a commodity because it's like an emerging market, okay? It's a space that doesn't really exist in the US. My other video, I touched on how it's so good for you guys, economy-wise. Crime. Reduces crime insane. That's the problem right now. You guys did pass unanimously a banking act. But the Senate still has to pass some of this shit. And then it's state by state too. And you guys can't agree. It's fucking crazy. Meanwhile, you got crime in Oregon, for example, up 200% for violent crime at these dispensaries because they have to operate on cash. In Canada, it's illegal to have cash at a dispensary. They don't take it. They don't have it. They just have product and cards and cameras. So anyone going in, you're on camera. Anybody doing business, they know it. Okay? But prices are super low. You're dealing with super awesome people. I don't smoke it, but I had to buy some for my stepbrother for Christmas. The people were super friendly. The fucking costs. When I was in high school, 20 years ago, high school, fucking weed was $240 an ounce. That's what the dealer was charging us. It's obviously ripping us the fuck off. Because back then, $240 is like fucking $500 now. You go into these dispensaries, it's $90, $120 for high THC shit. That's like good for you, and they know what's in it. It ain't a fucking mystery fucking weed that you're getting from a corner dealer. They know exactly percentages of this and that, and whatever the fuck's in it. You're not getting a tar and fucking parsley and who knows what, right? So it would be insane down there. And the beauty of it all, it's all taxed. Instead of having inmates, I looked this up. The lowest inmate is 16 grand in Alabama, and the highest is 60 grand in New York City. Until I hit oil and gas, I never made over $42,000 a year salary. I know a lot of people probably make less than 50 grand a year. Why in the fuck are you going to pay 60 grand to put a guy in prison? For weed, for a plant, for Christ's sakes. Something else, sure, put them in. Weed, get these guys the fuck out of there. Get them into society, working, making money, making taxes. Get them out. It's a cost burden, a huge one. And what could you do with that saved inmate cash? Put it into education. Teach young people about drugs. Teach young people about a lot of things. You could also put that money into your police force and healthcare, because smoking comes with health issues. Or just in general, it's probably something you guys need more of, is funding in the healthcare system. Policing. They're not going to be wasting their time on that shit. They're going to be dealing with real problems. And they'll have some funding that comes directly from the drug itself. If it's a massive tax boon in Canada, I can only imagine how insane it would be down there. Our population's 35 million, 37 million. The population of the US is 10 times that. So if we're making, you're going to 10x what we make on that shit. It's insane. So get into some of those for emerging markets. On the off chance that they actually agree on some shit, it's going to be lit. I'm going to trim 80% of my positions by August there. But I'm going to be loading and dollar cost averaging almost, every few days. Depends on what my profit is. I'm putting, whatever my profit is for the week, I'll put a percentage of that into that, because that's a percentage of my portfolio, okay? Dollar cost average in, barring we have any weird world events, right? Like Taiwan is invaded by China, or we go into full-blown lockdowns, right? Again, you have to, someone's like, your tone's changed on Redbox. And I explained it to him, look, pretend Redbox was Boeing. Your 737 MAX Airs got grounded for 2 years. You fucking had people canceling $6 billion orders, $10 billion orders. Just canceling that shit left and right because the fucking plane wasn't allowed to be flown. Would you have the same investment strategy with Boeing day one as you did 2 years later when the fucking planes and all the news? No, you have to go with the news, you fucking idiot. So I don't even want to hear that shit in the comments. Don't have a fucking pea brain. All of the things that are said by me or any other YouTuber, they're as of that day. If something changes that night or the next day or the next week, clearly they should be saying something differently. If they're saying the same thing and stuff has been changing, they're fucking lying to you. You might want to apply that to some other YouTubers you might be watching. This guy has been saying the same thing for 12 months and I'm still watching his channel. But 12 months hasn't been the same. Come on, guys. Last thing I wanted to say, please don't get too mad at me about this, is something I'm now doing as I'm a YouTuber that costs me nothing but a little bit of time is I watch ads. I've never asked anybody to like, subscribe. What's the other one that they say? Oh, comment, like, subscribe, comment, fucking ring, put the ringer on, like notify. Watch one ad. Like, it's money in my pocket. It's money in any YouTuber's pocket. If you like any YouTuber, I'm now doing it. Or like if you have premium, it's automatic. I got like $2 coming to me from premium. They said $2 for all of June. $2. So it's pennies, guys. It's fucking pennies. And then I think with all the commercials for all of June, they're slating to pay me $88. So it isn't much. We don't do this for money, but it would be nice to have $100 extra at the end of the month. So if you could watch one commercial. They told me to add a membership thing. So for $2, it's just like, thanks guys, I appreciate it. For $5, you get some avatars or something, some icons, like, because I do live chats now. I might do more of those. We'll see. So you get some icons and stuff. I think you can use them in other channels, I would imagine. And I'm going to include your name in my video. Like, I'll do a shout out or I'll do a panel if it becomes to be more. So far, I don't have any, but I just added it. And then there's a $20 one where you can have 15 minutes with me. We'll talk about whatever tickers you want or whatever you want, really. I don't care. Talk about whatever. Sports or fucking politics, whatever you want. And then there's a big one because I didn't know how to, it wanted you to have 4, and I didn't know what the hell else am I going to offer. So it's $200, laugh all you want, but I really didn't know. And I wanted to just offer something very unique. So it would be an hour of like one-on-one time, whenever you need. And we'll discuss like whatever you want, or I can teach you about some options, or whatever you need. I don't know. If you need someone to fucking talk to, I don't know. So that's a pricey one. But again, I just didn't know how to delete it. It wouldn't let me. It was very weird. It would let you delete the first 3, but you still had to have that 4th one. So I don't know. If you have a different suggestion for me, put it in the comments. Let me know. What the hell would you like to see as a membership thing? I do not want to do a Discord or something where I have to manage a bunch of shit. I don't have time for that. I do other things. I don't want to do that. But if you have an idea, let me know, and I'll see if I can change it. They told me it's like once you add it, it's final, but I can't imagine that's true. So I'm very new to the YouTube membership stuff, okay? So I don't know. I have to look into it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. The easiest thing you could do to support me, if you do like my videos, and any YouTuber, is to just watch one commercial. I know there's like skippable ads and shit. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'll ever ask, really, is just watch like one commercial. I appreciate it so much, and I hope this was informative. I was like trying to get the info out, and I'm still 36 minutes in, so I don't know how some of these fucking guys do it in 5 minutes, but there it is. Cheers, guys.